a bit of an introduction to stress and the effect it has on whatever it is that you're working on within eating psychology and in the coaching that we're doing together. This is a very big topic, it's quite complex, but the information I'm going to give you now is a real springboard to incredible change and will change your life if you allow it to. Okay, so stress is possibly the biggest reason that you may be experiencing the difficulties that you've come for coaching for. And I'm just going to tell you why. Now, what happens is whenever we perceive anything to be stressful, our primitive mind takes over. Okay, so for our normal life, when we're going around and everything's fine and everything's cool, you could look at it like your modern brain is in charge. Now, the minute you experience something stressful, be it something that puts your life in danger, or a frozen computer, or an argument with someone, your primitive brain kicks in. Now, the really important thing to know about this is that the primitive brain does not know the difference between a frozen computer and a life-threatening situation. We're still on caveman, cavewoman timetable with our bodies. And if you think thousands or however long it was ago that we were living in caves and tribes and dealing with tigers and neighbouring tribes that we were fighting against, we didn't generally tend to have dangers that were sort of run-of-the-mill. Life was dangerous at the time, and that is what we're designed for now, still these days. So what happens when your computer freezes? Your primitive mind thinks, there's a tiger coming. Everything must go onto alert. And what it does, it shuts down your digestive system. It releases cortisol and adrenaline to basically, these things get the body moving and get you've got a heightened sense of pain, because you need to know if something's attacked you, so that you're more willing to deal with that situation. And your ability to digest is basically wiped out, because your body is thinking, your primitive brain is thinking, why on earth would I waste any energy on digestion when there's a tiger coming? I'm not doing this. This is an emergency situation. Now, the thing is that stress in itself is not bad. You would be watching this video and I wouldn't be making this video if our ancestors hadn't had this amazing life-saving response. But the thing is that we're only designed to feel stress for 4 minutes. And your primitive brain knows 3 things. First, in that 4 minutes, you might get the tiger. Second, you might get away. Or if you're really unlucky, the tiger will get you. End of situation, whatever the outcome. Now, the sources of stress that we're experiencing in our lives these days, they tend to last more than 4 minutes. And this is the problem. This is the real crux of the matter, because your digestion, which was only meant to shut down for 4 minutes, will just go on and on. It's sort of working at this very lower level. And all the other things like the cortisol and the adrenaline and the lowered capacity for calorie burning, these things just continue. And there's a really interesting phrase that you can think about, and it's low-level chronic stress, which is just the day in, the day out grind. And I think many people suffer from this. And so this low-level chronic stress is likely to be at the root of a lot of people's inability to lose weight, digestive problems, fatigue, as well as a whole host of illnesses, because the opposite of the stress response is what we call the relaxation response, and that's what we want to be in most of the time. And in the relaxation response, your ability to burn calories is increased and build muscle. You can build muscle, and all healing, maintenance and repair takes place in the relaxation response. So this is a very complex issue, but there's just one thing I want to add to this today, is that the job is not to somehow think, okay, right, well, I have to leave my job. I have to go and live on a hill somewhere and just get away from the modern world. Well, that's ridiculous. That's impossible. We live in the modern world. The job is not to overcome stress or escape from it, but to transform it, okay? And I'm talking about whether it be how you deal with that frozen computer, to how you manage your relationships with people at work, all the way down to dealing with trauma, because trauma is very, very intense stress that you haven't let go of, and there are specific processes for that. We cannot control the world, but we can control how we move through it. And I think this is one of the most important jobs I do as an eating psychology coach, and that's what I'm really here to help you to do, should you need it. Okay, so I hope this introduction has helped you. There's more videos to come on this really, really important subject. Exploring this sort of underrated side of transforming stress has been one of the biggest game changers for me personally and for other clients. So cheers, and I'll see you on the next video.